What's going on, everybody? Going to be doing another deck tech video. This will be episode 2. This is going to be based on the Jabba and Dengar deck I built. I had a lot of fun playing it. My opponent Joseph, however, did not have a deck that was able to really negotiate all the damage that was kind of consistently getting pumped out by this deck. So I have Jabba the Hutt, the renowned gangster, out of the way of the Force. He has 12 health, leader and scoundrel subtypes. His dice sides have a 2 focus, a 1 resource, and 2 special sides, and a blank. His special, which is the key part of the way I built this deck, reads, deal indirect damage to an opponent equal to the number of your dice showing a special, including this die. And then, of course, we got the new Dengar from Convergence, a Ruthless Tracker. He is a subtype Bounty Hunter, 10 health. He has die sides show 1 ranged damage, 2 ranged damage, 1 melee damage, 1 disrupt, and 1 resource in a blank. And he has the constant ability on is after you activate this character, you may deal 1 damage to a character that has a bounty on it. For a battlefield, I went with Salt Flats. It's actually pretty dang good. I'm starting to enjoy battlefields with power actions rather than claim abilities. For my playstyle, the power action reads, turn a die to a side showing a blank, or turn 1 of your leader dice to any side. So Jabba's got the leader subtype, but the first part of the power action is where the versatility can come in, and that's a little bit of controlling the opponent's dice, causing them to have to maybe discard a card to reroll. So let's get into the deck. Alright, the first couple events I have in here are an event called Paid Off. 0 cost yellow villain event. It says give an opponent 2 of your resources to resolve 1 of their character or upgrade dice as if it were your own. I like this versatility in an event, the fact that you are taking a die out of their pool and using it against them for the cost of 2, basically, because it's a 0 cost event, you're just giving them 2. It's really solid, especially in the meta where it was prior to rotation, it was Vader Greedo. This was a great card to throw in there. Moving on to another event, it's going to be Prey Upon. This is a new 1 cost yellow neutral from the Convergence set, which says choose a character that has a downgrade on it and remove 1 of its character or upgrade dice. 1 cost removal. It has its only requirement on it, but I mean it's in this Dengar deck, so that requirement is usually going to be met. Another 1 cost removal, and this is by any means. 1 cost yellow villain. Remove a die showing a value of 2 or more, then deal 1 indirect damage to yourself. So this is good. It does have a small cost, but if you're playing characters that have some really high damage sides, or have a really high side where there's a big resource side, a big focus side that you just want to get the die off the table, then this is a good, cheap 1 cost card to do it. And another 1 cost yellow villain event. It's going to be Fight Dirty. Huge in this deck, obviously. Everything's yellow. And it states, remove any number of your yellow dice, then deal damage to a character equal to the number of dice you just removed. This, what I really love about this is anybody who plays Star Wars Destiny knows that you may have a turn that you cannot roll what you want to see, whether it's damage, whether it's, in this case, whether it's a lot of special sides. This card can just come save you and just finish off a character or just lay down a bunch of damage when they least expect it. Another 1 cost yellow villain event, and that's Cunning Ruse. I really like this card. It's out of across the galaxy set, and it states reroll a character die, then deal damage to a character equal to the value showing on that die. So if you got a character die showing high damage, you can get a reroll out of it for 1 cost, which may save you, or you could land right back on that damage, but you're going to deal the value that was on that die right back to them. Here we go, another yellow 1 cost villain removal, and that's Subdue. Choose a character that has 3 or more damage on it and remove one of its character or upgrade dice. It's a great card. It's 1 cost, and that's taking character or upgrade, so you're not just limited to the character die. And a great reprint from Awakenings, of course, is going to be the 1 cost Electroshock. It's yellow neutral, and it is spot a yellow character to remove a die showing a value of 2 or less. And most of the consistent sides that have damage on it are going to be 2s. There are higher sides, but Electroshock is one of those classic removal cards that you can throw in heroes and villain decks. So I got 2 yellow characters, so the fact that it may go dead is very slim. All right, I'm going to get into the downgrades in the deck. I do only have 3. For some reason I thought I had 4, but there's only 3. I have 2 of Wanted. It's a 0 cost downgrade, yellow neutral, which reads, after attached character is defeated, you may gain 2 resources. I kind of thought this was the most crucial one in this particular deck, just because the ability to get extra money quick would be good. As I'm looking through my deck here, I have only 1 3 cost upgrade, but free money is always good, and it's a 0 cost downgrade, which you just need a downgrade to turn Dengar's pinging ability on. My last downgrade is the Enticing Reward. And this states it's a 1 cost yellow villain downgrade. After attached character is defeated, you may play an equipment or a weapon from your hand or discard pile for free. So generally you want to get a upgrade that I will be showing later into your discard pile, using it as a, discarding it for reroll or something, so you can get it for free if you happen to have this downgrade out. Okay, now we're going to be going into some upgrades. First one will be a 1 cost yellow villain upgrade, Underhanded Tactics. The die sides are a +1 range modifier, +1 range modifier, 1 discard, 2 special sides, and a blank side. Special reads deal 1 damage, or deal 1 indirect damage to an opponent, and you may resolve another one of your dice. It's not the greatest thing, but what I like to see in this deck is a lot of special sides, and the fact that it costs 1 is pretty solid. The special ability is just kind of a little bit of icing on the cake, I guess you could say, just to add that in there. This is a brand new card. It's good control. 1 cost yellow upgrade. Villain. The yellow character only. Die sides show 1 disrupt, 1 discard, 1 resource, 2 special sides, and a blank side. Then the special reads remove character die. So again, I'm looking for special sides in this deck with Jabba's ability, and the fact that it's 1 cost is pretty strong. The game that we did record and play, I was able to get, I think it was at least 2 upgrades on turn 1 without rolling any resources. Now the next one is 1 cost yellow neutral upgrade, Unscrupulous. Die sides show 1 focus. There's 3 special sides and 2 blank sides. Scoundrel character only. So I'm pretty much going to be only able to play this on Jabba in this deck. The special ability reads discard a random card from an opponent's hand or force an opponent to lose a resource. Again, I love seeing abilities that are versatile. So depending on what you're facing on the other side of the table, you know, maybe having them lose a resource is a little bit more important than taking a card out of their hand. Now we're going into some 2-cost upgrades. Really like this upgrade. And I originally didn't have it in the deck because the starter sets didn't come out when the set first dropped. But once I saw it, I was like, well, these are going in. It's the Mandalorian Jetpack. It's a 2-cost yellow neutral upgrade. Die sides show 2 indirect, 1 shield, 2 special sides, and a blank side. Special reads, reroll another die, then deal damage to a character equal to the value showing on that die. Kind of like Cunning Ruse, you're getting to reroll another die on your opponent's side, preferably, obviously. And you have the chance to do some free damage to them. Plus, if you're chaining off of Jabba special, you've already probably dealt them several indirect damage. Okay, another 2-cost yellow villain upgrade, and that's Hunter Instinct. Let's see. Die sides show 1 focus, 1 disrupt, 1 resource, 2 special sides, and a blank side. The special reads, deal 1 damage to a character, or 2 damage instead if that character has 3 or more damage on it. It's just gonna ramp that damage up for utilizing Jabba's special ability, and you'll see that this deck will get more than 3 damage on a character pretty quickly. And for the last upgrade in the deck, and it's gonna be Dengar's Fireblade. Threw it in there just because of Dengar, and it's just its abilities that I'll read here are just pretty solid. It's a 3-cost yellow villain upgrade. The die sides are 2 melee, 4 modified melee, 2 disrupt, 2 shield, 1 resource, and a blank. After you play this upgrade, you may deal 1 damage to a character that has a bounty on it. And a power action, if this upgrade is on Dengar, turn 1 of his character dice to a side showing a value of 1. Now Dengar's die, I'll get that card back out here, does have a melee side, but it's only one of the sides, so usually that's what you're going to want to do. I mean, if you roll the 4, just do that power action, switch that to the 1, and you got 5 damage showing. Any upgrade that has a power action and an ability when you play it, it's pretty good. We're going to get to the last 2 cards. They are both supports. First one I have found, I think, this is going to be a pretty strong support in yellow decks. And I would say pretty consistent, especially with the nerfing of Theed. And this is Smuggling Ring. Yellow, neutral, 2-cost support. Action, exhaust the support to gain 1 resource and gain 1 action. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, well, that's solid. That's really solid, because at the same time of me first seeing it is when Theed got its errata done to it. And the last card in the deck is going to be the Punishing one, just because I do have Dengar in here. It is a 2-cost yellow villain support. And the die sides are 1 range damage, 2 range damage, 2 indirect damage, 1 disrupt, 1 resource, and a blank. After an opponent's character has a bounty, or after an opponent's character that has a bounty on it is defeated, you may ready the support. If you spot Dengar, you may activate the support. So just the Punishing one and Dengar's Fireblade. These cards and the downgrades I have in here are just a great supplement to Jabba and all the special shenanigans that he pulls out. Again, the deck ramps up damage fast. I do like the fact that Jabba has 12 health on him. And with these cheap removal cards in yellow, it's a pretty fun deck to play. Not so much for the opponent, but give it a try. If you have any changes you would make to it, depending on your playstyle, feel free to leave a comment. And please like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to keep continuing to pump out as much content as we can consistently. We both have actually pretty busy schedules outside of playing Destiny, but we try to do what we can do for you guys, because we've enjoyed so much of watching everybody else's content creation. Until the next video, have a good one.